All right, back here, SoCon Media Day in beautiful Greenville, South Carolina. I'm Jeff Goodman here with Terrence Oglesby, and we are now joined by Western Carolina head coach Tim Kraft, who enters his second season with the Catamounts. Feeling a little better this year than a year ago?
Feeling a lot better.
Yeah, you got a lot back.
A lot better. Yeah, feeling a lot better. Everything from just knowing where things are, and getting your family settled, to then your roster feeling like you got some experience and retention and continuity. So feeling a lot better.
A year in, what's been the biggest adjustment to this league?
Oh man, good question. I think the way the schools invest in the Southern Conference is at a different level than the Big South, the league that I was in. So, we had always played Southern Conference schools, some in the non-conference, but just, every night out, I just think the schools really invest in basketball.
It's a basketball league.
It really is.
Like, we know that, right? It is when you think of, like, great mid-major basketball, you think of the SoCon, don't you?
Yeah, and it's and that was attractive to me to
get here,
be in the SoCon, but it's hard every night out.
That's the downside.
Great coaches and players and everything.
The hard part is these days, and again, it goes both ways, right? You lose players to the portal, but you can also get players from the high majors. How have you, as a veteran coach, who's been in this business for a while, and luckily you didn't have to go to the portal quite as much this year as you probably thought you might need to?
Yeah, well, it's an adjustment because I think, and every job's different, but when I got in here last year, we had the team before us had lost all these seniors, and then we're trying to figure out how to bring in some experience, and you got to have some money now.
Right.
So, this whole year while we're coaching our team, is trying to find a way to fundraise. So you're in a better place, when the spring gets there. So
you're used to devoting all your time to coaching.
That's right. That's the biggest thing for me. It's just the time that you have just focusing on coaching, focusing on building your team, recruiting, and now there's a lot of it that goes into fundraising, right? Contracts, all this stuff, that you didn't ever have to even think about. So that's been an adjustment for me, everyone.
It's amazing once you get to the SoCon and up, how much time you're actually coaching as opposed to everything else. And that's been the biggest. That's been the reoccurring theme I've heard from coaches whenever they, come to the Southern Conference. Well, I used to coach all the time. Now I'm doing everything else. And that's,
Yeah, I'd agree with that. And so that's been an adjustment. And, good for me to grow in some areas that I didn't really do a lot in with fundraising.
Right, you didn't have to.
Yeah, I didn't do that. Yeah, we fundraised by playing a ton of buy games. It's not what we did. But, our staff has kind of been good.
You got to delegate more.
Good.
You got to delegate.
Yeah, and I need to do that even more. Yeah. But they've even helped with that part of it, so we're doing everything we can.
So last year was not easy for you.
Right.
I mean, safe to say. But you probably knew a little bit what you were going to get yourself into, right? You knew it was going to be a difficult year. Maybe not as difficult because you were used to winning, Gardner-Webb.
For sure. I thought that it was going to be hard. I knew how good the coaching was in the league, how good the programs were. Hoped that I felt like we'd be able to bring in the portal a little more experience than we were, and we just kept missing on older guys. And so we ended up last year. We had one player that had ever started Division I games, and he had two career starts. So this year, we have 8 players that have started Division I games, and it's like a combined 200+ starts. So,
and a lot of them for you.
It's a lot of returners, and we brought in a guy that played for us at Gardner-Webb. So we got a lot of continuity there, and just way more experience. And you guys know how important that is.
I got to ask you about this turd that's standing out in the hallway, Marcus Kell. People don't know this. I coached Marcus.
You did?
So I coached Marcus with the Upward Stars. He was on a really good team with him and Julian Phillips, and he was on that team.
I remember.
I got to ask you this. He's a great shooter, and he's going to continue to shoot it. But my favorite thing about Marcus Kell was if he didn't understand something, he wouldn't ask questions, but he would get this look on his face. and you could tell right away that Kel was lost, and you didn't know if you were going to get him back or not.
Oh man!
So does that
funny.
look? Is that look still around?
Yeah.
And
just dumbfounded, right? That's the look. Yeah.
The bottom lip comes out a little bit, and because he's tired most of the time, where he just loses his mind.
Yeah.
But no, hey, one of my favorites, by the way. Great kid, great family. Loved Western the first time he went on his visit, and obviously stuck around. What does he give you in terms? And I know what he gave our team way back when, but 6'8", shoots the ball. How has he continued to improve his game? Because he was always a pretty good player.
Just so many ways, and he is, he is the best kid. One of my favorites that I've ever coached and been around. Family, we're so thankful he's back with us. In February, that dude was one of the best players in the league.
He was, yeah.
In last year in February. So
you might lose him in the parking lot, but man, he can get some buckets.
Oh man, he's just so fun to. Yeah, he's fun to be around. Just happy-go-lucky.
He's the best.
I think, and the thing that I loved about him last year was it didn't. We were going. It was hard. Losing's hard. So you're going through some tough times, but his just demeanor is always so positive, upbeat. Yeah. You never seen him kind of walking in looking like he's down, and we called him our energy giving kind of energy captain.
That's a great compliment to give.
And it might be like a layup drill, but he's like dapping people up and yelling and just getting people going. So you love that about him. But he can really shoot the ball, can attack closeouts. Mm-hmm. I think he's gotten much better at scoring around the basket, which he did some last year. But at the rate that he can shoot the ball, you want him to be able to then attack switches in the post a little bit. I think he's improved there. He's improved as a passer. That's an area that we were on him a lot last year, but he's really gotten better there.
He can get pretty.
He can get some tunnel vision. Yeah, he can get tunnel vision there sometimes. But
boy, this poor guy's getting killed.
The next thing I'm about to go in on that little thing on his upper lip. We got to go on this little mustache. I can't believe he wore it to me.
He should be.
Is there not somebody we're talking to before?
He should be allowed to come in here and defend himself.
So that's popular.
Can we bring him in?
Yeah, look, come on,
let's get him in.
This is a popular look at Western. Yeah, get in here.
I got no doubt. Get him in here.
You can get in here and defend himself. This is unfair. We got
a look at Western.
Oh yeah,
the mustache, and he's gone tight on the sides, long in the back. But it seems to be a consistent thing all the way through. I say all this, and I'm joking because he was one of my favorites, and he could shoot it. You could set out. You could run offense for him, and he's going to come off and pop, not think twice. That sucker's going in. But this mustache, my man,
that's a great look.
I'm going to talk to your daddy. We're going to figure something out. I got to talk to your daddy about this. How's it been for you? Tough year last year. Mm-hmm. You returned. Mm-hmm. You obviously had pretty good games, and there were times in February, and Coach alluded to it, one of the best players in the conference. Mm-hmm. What have you worked on this summer? What are you looking forward to this year?
Yeah, this summer, like Coach said, I've been really working on my finishing, my touch around the basket, just to more get downhill and be able to finish off 2 feet and not go off one, get my balance and stuff. And then also just passing too, and then put it on some weight. Last year during the year, I probably lost about 10 pounds, 10, 15 pounds.
Really?
And so, yeah, I had to get all that back up and then try and figure out a diet where I can maintain my weight throughout the season as well. Yeah, so our strength coach told me to start putting eggs in my rice. There you go. Just crack an egg and start eating that 2 eggs and eat that with my beef and rice.
I've heard one of the side effects from that is a crappy mustache.
I just started doing it, so it might.
There you go. No, Mark, it's great to see you, man.
Great to see you too.
Glad you're having some success. He went on campus one time because I'm going to Western, and it was that easy. So he's gone there. He's making an imprint, and obviously Coach loves him. So thank you. Appreciate you.
Good luck this season, man.
Thank you.
Good luck.
One of the best kids, man.
Absolutely.
We had a fun team.
You could tell. Yeah,
we would lose him in the parking lot, though. My man would just start to wonder.
Tim, obviously you got a lot of veterans back now, older guys who, again, like you said, didn't play a ton before they got to you. C.J. Holland's a kid that's a younger guy who I assume you expect to take a jump this year. How?
Yeah, absolutely. When CJ had to play a lot of minutes for us last year as a freshman, it was a hard thing to do in our league, freshman point guard. What he's got to do a better job of, and he's working really hard of, is just offensive decision making, taking care of that basketball, getting guys like Marcus open looks. Last year for us, he was our best perimeter defender as a freshman. So he really brings an element of toughness and grit and kind of can guard a guy one-on-one, so we love that about him, but he's worked really hard to get better.
You bring in a guy from Southern, you're going to have to help me with the pronunciation.
Yeah.
Diamasi.
Yes, Tijon Diamasi.
Yeah. Diamasi. 5 assists a game. Now you got 2 guards that can create. Was that kind of the idea, to get somebody with Highland, then you have multiple guys that can get in the paint and create some looks for guys like Marcus?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think the things that we thought about in building our roster with the guys that we had back was we need to improve our passing and decision making, and we need to improve defensively. And so the guys that we brought in, we were trying to help address those 2 areas. And Tijon was, can really pass the ball, got a great feel, and he can also guard 4 positions on the floor. He's really tough. He likes that part of the game, so he was a good fit for us.
What are you talking to Court about this year? Obviously, again, another guy that had a really good year last year, but what does he need to do better this year?
Yeah, he's worked really hard to just add more to his game. And last year, primarily a jump shooter, but one of the best free throw shooters in the country, really. And so getting to the foul line, he's put on weight. He's bigger, he's stronger, he's more physical in the paint, and he can score at the basket. And so he's really worked to do that better, which will help him get to the line as well. So and the defensive end too, for sure.
Those are the same things that they told T.O. over and over.
What's that?
Right? Get to the line more, play defense.
Hands touch leather. That's all you need. That's all you needed to worry about. I find it interesting. You bring in a 7-footer from Denver, Fanta Kaba or Kaba.
Yes.
Kaba.
Yes, Kaba. Yep.
A lot of schools, it goes about 50-50. Do you want a traditional center? Do you want to go a little bit smaller and space it out? What drove your decision to get him to campus?
Well, just over the years, Gardner Webb, we loved rim protection and the way we built our defense. We always like to find that and kind of prioritize that at that position over an offensive, floor spacer or what have you. Last year we played small a lot. I mean, we played Marcus at the 5 spot a lot, and so he was thankful to see Kaba walk through that door, so he didn't have to guard those guys, Again, our defensive ability was a big emphasis for us, and Kaba really helps that. He's an elite defender, and he was led the Summit Conference as a freshman in block percentage and offensive rebound or defensive rebounding percentage. So he really helps us in that category, and we needed help there.
All right, you can only pick one. I know this is going to be hard for you. Give me the one coach that last year you were like, damn, I didn't know he was that good.
I mean, it's hard to pick one.
I know, but I'm going to give you one.
It's really hard to do that in our league, for real. I mean, every night out, when you're scouting, you're like,
but maybe the guy you
didn't know.
Again, we know some of these guys. Like, who's the one guy you didn't play against?
Yeah, I would say off the top, just Dan Earl.
Yeah.
And I had played against his team some at VMI.
Yeah.
He's just like an offensive wizard, man.
What he's done is amazing.
And just
VMI, how good. I mean,
right.
Do that at VMI, we know.
Right.
And Andrew's doing that now.
Yeah. Yeah, but answer. I mean, everybody you mentioned, I would say that, but I mean, I think
now
Andrew,
you got Lenny. Now you got Lenny in the league.
Yeah, I never coached against him, and so I know that's I hate it now. I hated playing against Bucky. Bucky's team.
That style. Yeah.
I mean, that was so different, but it's a great league. I mean, a lot of so many good coaches, but it's hard to name one. But I was impressed with Dan for sure.
You feel like this year you can make a significant jump?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Because of the retention, because you got bigger, because
I think
a lot of it.
Yeah, I think all of it. I think number one, it's the experience, right? It's guys that have played. You know, we have a group in the locker room that's gone through the league. As we got into February last year, you know, we were competing with everybody.
Yep.
And so those guys and then adding to that, I just think we were able to address a lot of the things we needed to get better at in recruiting as well. So it's continuity, it's experience. One of the guys we brought in from Gardner-Webb, Julian Samaro, is a guard that played for us at Gardner-Webb for 3 years. So he's like another returner.
Yeah. So you have as many returners as anybody other than VMI, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
they got more, and we're probably second, I would think.
Right. I mean, that's got to make you feel
good. Yeah.
Yeah. Because again, you know, all these teams in the preseason poll, yeah, they're picked ahead of you, but you know, a lot of it is based on probably what the program's done lately.
For sure.
I feel like that's preseason polls now, whatever league it is.
Yeah.
You're going with, maybe if you have crazy retention, but other than that, you're just going with kind of.
Yeah, you know, we brought a lot of guys back. We added some guys, but we got to prove ourselves.
Sure.
You know, my staff hadn't done anything, you know, in the SoCon. Right. So other than one of my assistants, Andre Gray, when he was at Western, they won a lot of games.
Yeah,
but
they did.
With Coach Hunter. But you know, we got to prove that we can win in this league, and you know, we're excited to be able to do that this year.
After a year and change in Cullowhee, give me some positives about being a coach at Cullowhee.
So. I love Cullowhee.
Oh, I know.
I love it. But you know,
some people don't.
A guy that I you know, a football coach that I ran into said to me, he's like, "Oh yeah, I did my time in Cullowhee." I was like, and my wife was with me. She kind of got offended, you know, and
like jail.
And but we really like it.
What's it like? Describe it.
Yeah,
I've never been.
It's just the mountains, man. You're in the mountains.
Yeah.
There's these rivers and streams all around the place that we live, our neighborhood. It's like we got this meadow. We have this back deck. It's this meadow with this huge mountain right in the back,
really?
and at the foot of the mountain is like a trout stream. So you go back there, and I got a fly rod now, trying to figure that out. Hopefully at some point I have some time to use it, but I haven't figured that out yet. But it's just a beautiful place. The people are just down to earth, salt of the earth folks. That you know, last year, you know, they went from having a really, really good team with Justin Gray, and then last year we struggled, and like the people are just embracing us, and hey, you're getting better, we can see it, you know, you're doing a great job, and so just a great community as well. But they're gonna love. You start to win there, they're gonna pack the place, and so it's a really cool place. We've enjoyed it. We like small towns. I mean, we really like them. Family likes it, and that's a good place. We can go out and mow the grass and jump in the creek when we're done, and you know, cool off. It's a good spot.
It's beautiful.
Mountain living.
It's beautiful out there.
Last one I got for you. Give me one thing that nobody on your team knows about you. Give me one thing that none of your players, when they hear this, they're going to be like, wow. I mean, again, like Jeremy Luther will give me plenty.
Yeah.
I didn't want to go to that well again. Give me one thing about you that's kind of unique.
Well, you know, this is unique, and I don't know how many guys know this, but in college I was a baseball manager.
Were you really?
Yeah,
really?
Yeah. So I went to University of Florida, and I was a baseball manager.
I didn't know that.
At the University of Florida.
Really?
So there might be a couple guys that know that, but I was, you know, I was throwing batting practice and hitting ground balls.
Really? Did you grow up playing baseball?
I did. I played baseball and basketball. Wasn't a very good baseball player, but you know, had an opportunity to do that. I knew I wanted to coach, wanted to get to basketball, but never did, and kind of got entrenched in that program at Florida with a guy named Andy Lopez, who won two national championships. He won, two national championships. Yep, Pepperdine. Yeah. Florida was really successful, and then a national championship at Arizona. So he was really impactful on me, actually, you know, in my coaching journey. But not a lot of people know that.
So I was watching the Red Sox Yankees last night, and obviously pulling for the Red Sox there in Boston, and pulling against the Yankees because us Bostonians.
Because of course,
just hate New Yorkers. Who's your team?
The Cubs were my team because David Ross was the manager when he was there, because we were high school teammates and he played at Florida when I was there too.
Right?
So now he's out of it. So whenever he gets back in, that'll be my team.
That'll be your team. All right, that's fair. That's fair. Well, listen, Tim, appreciate it. Great to see you. Tim Kraft, entering his second year at Western Carolina. A lot of retention and a lot of promise with this group, too. We'll be back in a minute. SoCon Media Day here in beautiful, lovely, picturesque Greenville.